Hi, I'm Susan Kennard, and I've just come out of a hot yoga class which I do twice a week with Naomi Clark. Absolutely amazing. I might look a bit hot and bothered, but actually it's incredible for your well-being and incredible to balance your life. But what I really wanted to talk about today was about truth and integrity. So I think I've been speaking to quite a few people, and some of my clients have been saying to me that they felt that what's going on in the universe at the moment, because there's a lot of stuff around truth and integrity. Hi Fiona, see, I told you I'd do this video, didn't I? I may be a bit hot and bothered after, not bothered, but hot after doing a hot yoga, but I felt really drawn to do it. And those of you that know me will know that I only do videos when I feel drawn to do them, when I feel inspired. And this morning I felt inspired to do this video, and it's mainly because I feel that there's a lot of energy around at the moment. Hi Chrissy, hi Leslie. A lot of energy around, hi Karina, and around the aspects of truth and integrity. And people seem to be going through really difficult times where it's really questioning their love for themselves and the actions that they take. You know, are they taking them from a place of loving themselves, or are they sacrificing themselves? And you know, I know we're in Mercury retrograde, and I know we've got many other things going on. We've got a new moon tomorrow, and I'm not an astrologer, but I follow these feelings and what's going on in the universe. And my guides tell me that this is about us releasing fear. It's about us realizing that on a soul level, we need to be more in touch with the love of ourselves. So it's really easy, isn't it, to blame someone, and it's really easy to say that that person makes us feel the way we do. And obviously there is an aspect of that, but the most important thing that we can really take responsibility for is, what are we going to put up with? How much are we going to love ourselves? How are we going to stand in the truth of our integrity? And if we're not prepared to do this, we're not actually loving the other person either. So even if the other person appears to be, I don't like the word enemy, but even if the other person appears to be someone who is fully against us, then if we can come from a place of integrity and love of ourselves, so that doesn't mean that we do something to hurt the other person. It doesn't mean that we do something to manipulate the other person. And I'm also getting some intuition here as I'm talking, and my feeling is that it's about, yes, it's about loving ourselves, but it's also about realizing that we only would do something to control someone else if we were in fear. So this leads me nicely to say that all we have really is fear or love. So those of you that know me know that I work with energy. I'm actually a specialist in early childhood trauma, and working with those little bits of us, those little energy parts of us that are, well, some people call them injuries, but I like to call them just a little interruption in light. You know, that's really all they are. But that little interruption in light actually leads us to attract something completely different into our world that is not of love always. So take a look at what's going on around you. Have a look at the situations that you're in, because it's such a beautiful time at the moment to really look at how much are you loving yourself. So look at the situation and look at how you are responding. And if somebody is responding in a negative way to you, or appears to be negative, look at how you feel about that. Is it something that makes you feel fearful? Do you feel intimidated? Do you feel that you want to, you know, push that person away or get angry with that person? And look at how much you're loving yourself, and also how much you're loving that person. But by loving yourself, meaning standing in your integrity, standing in your light, feeling that you are worthy of loving yourself, then you are automatically loving that other person. Yeah. So I just had a conversation with someone at the yoga class, and she was saying, well, I'm really soft. And I said, well, it's okay to be soft, and it's okay to be that way and want to do things for other people. And it's okay to feel that you're loving somebody else, but not at the detriment of yourself. So with those words, think about, how are you loving yourself today? How can you love yourself more? And by loving yourself more, that means not being horrible to everybody else around you and shutting them out and saying, I'm just going to have this time for me and forget about your children and forget about anybody. It just means that making choices that are loving towards you is the important way to go. So, you know, I've definitely got a situation around me where I'm having to really stand in the love for myself and the integrity of myself so that I can see the situation through love. So I can see that the situation I want to be an endpoint will be from compassion, honesty, straight talking, and really speaking from the heart. So that's where I'm coming from. So I hold the vision for the other person to come from that place too. And because I hold the vision for it, it's more than likely going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I will still stand in my integrity and my honesty of speaking from my heart. So is there anything around you at the moment where you feel you are sacrificing yourself or not honouring the self that you are, and not honouring who you really are from that perspective of give yourself time? You know, I give myself 2 afternoons a week, an hour at a time, where I do an intensive session of hot yoga, where I'm really, you know, healing my body, healing my mind, healing my soul, and look at personal development as well. And this leads me nicely to say that in a couple of weeks' time, the 12th to the 14th of May in East Sussex, I'm running my Sparkle to Success programme. Now, this video wasn't about this really, but I'm feeling drawn to say it. And during those 3 days, Chrissy's coming on it. Hi, Chrissy. You know, during those 3 days, you are going to be working on a deep level of looking at loving yourself. So my processes that I've developed over the years and that my team have really given me, my spirit team have given me, alongside EFT and alongside theta healing and being a psychologist, etc., and having a very, very successful, busy practice in London, Sussex and internationally, I feel that I want to give these processes to you. I want you to know these processes. I want you to have them because they are 5th dimensional processes. So we're going very much into this 5D living. We want to be more successful, meaning the more successful we can be, the more people we can reach. And that's really what it's about. It's about our collective vision. So I'll teach you how to clear those interruptions in light in your field in this particular way that I do it. It's going to be bespoke, so whoever comes on the course, whatever my team feels is right for that group will get, alongside all of the processes. So it's called Sparkle to Success, and you can find it on my website, susankennard.co.uk, or you can find it on Facebook, or just phone me or email me. You can find all those details on my website. But yeah, so what I really want to say to you is that don't forget that loving yourself is not being selfish. So this is what I'm hearing as well as I'm talking about this. I feel that it's about taking that, you know, perhaps as a child you've been told you're selfish if you do something that you really want to do. You know, it's your will to do it, it's what you want to do, it's your desire, and you're told, well, that's selfish. And maybe that's, you know, within you as, well, I can't do anything for myself, I need to do everything for my children or everything for my partner or everything for my friends, and actually I end up not then getting what I really need from the perspective of love for me. So, you know, it's worth thinking about that. It's worth thinking about whether the situation, the relationship you're in, or the situation that you're in at this moment in time, just before we go into a beautiful new moon tomorrow. And yeah, it's about saying to yourself, this action that I'm doing, is this loving me? Okay, so is this loving myself by doing this action, or is this sacrificing myself for someone else? or for some institution or for some organization. Okay? And not to be kind of bullied into something, not to be feared into something, not to be intimidated into something, but to really come from that place of look at that person. If that person's talking to you, they're only coming out of fear if they're trying to intimidate you. Yeah? So it's about compassion for that and saying, actually, I'm not prepared to hear this information. I'm not prepared to be spoken to like that. But I give you compassion for how you're feeling. And it's not always easy to say that to people if they're trying to have an argument with you or whatever's going on. But it just come from love, yeah. So, and even if in that moment you don't come from love, then when you go back home or when you're in the next situation, forgive yourself for what you said, what you did, and just return to love. And I think that's the most important thing. It's about when we love ourselves, we're expanding our consciousness, okay? So we're very much about expanding our soul's journey, expanding our consciousness, and not allowing ourselves, what I'm hearing here, is to be belittled, okay? So all our guides want from us, our beautiful spirit helpers that we have, you know, our inner guidance, we could call it, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, source, it is part of who we are. And we are this incredible spiritual being just having a human experience now. You know, who knows what will be next time? Who knows if there'll ever be a next time? But let's just live in this now, in this experience of consciousness. And what I've really found by teaching what I've developed, but also by practicing it day to day, living my life in this integrity, what I've found is that actually I have attracted more love and abundance into my life on many, many, many levels. And I'm also watching the bits where I feel, I just need to tweak that little bit about me. I just need to look at, what have I attracted here? Is this part of my soul's consciousness of expansion? Is this ego? Is this love? Is this fear? You know, just really be a witness to your own emotions. And the other thing that's coming to me as I talk about this, hi Nigel, good to see you. You have to go back and have a listen. The other thing that I'm really being guided here as I talk about it is just to also remember to be kind to your emotions. So allow those emotions to come up. So, you know, I'm very much like that now. I used to hold it all in and I used to be strong and, you know, I'm never going to cry and I'm never going to say anything and I'm never going to be angry in any way. But actually now I allow the grief, the sadness, the fear to come up. And I'm like, okay, do you know what? Thanks so much for that. Soul, show me this, show me where this comes from, give me the truth of it. And I think it's very much about truth. It's about truth, coming back to the title of this video, it's about truth, it's about integrity, and it's about honouring and loving yourself. So I've gone on for long enough now, so I'm just looking at some messages, so I'm just going to see who's here. Sarah, hi. I don't know you, but really lovely to have you here. Valeria, hi, darling. Karina, thank you. Needed to hear this. I'm sure one day I'll make the Sparkle course. Oh, yes, Karina, I'd love to have you on it. I'm going to run it in the 12th to the 14th of May. And then after that, I'm going to run it again in September. That's my plan anyway. Okay, Beck. Hi, Beck. Hope you're doing well with all of the new beginnings you've got. Chrissy, you just mentioned it. That's good. So I'm neglecting me the last week, too much work, but took control today and stayed off and went to aqua aerobics. Day off to love me. Brilliant. So what'd she say here? Roll on the Sparkle to Success course in a few weeks. Can't wait. Anyone who watches needs to go on the course to shift energy to love yourself more. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Ness. I see you and I got your message, by the way. Helen, hi. I thought you were working. Oh, maybe you're not. Okay. Ricky, that's lovely. I love myself, so I love you and everyone. Beautiful message by you. Fiona, hi. Planets in retrograde bring stuff to the core. Yep. Or the four even. Yeah, absolutely. Linda, hi. Leslie, hi. I'll give you a call later, Leslie. So, yeah, that's all. So does anyone want to share? Oh, hi, Image. That's a new person. I don't know you, so that's really nice. Does anybody want to share anything? Before I go, I just want to hear if anybody wants me to comment on anything that they've want to share. If not, oh, Mark, hi Mark. You just missed what I was talking about, but you can go back and have a listen to it. Anyway, so if you want to find me on my website, susankennard.co.uk, Facebook, the same name, Twitter, LinkedIn, what else is there? I can't remember what else there is. Anyway, Facebook, definitely. You'll find me on Facebook a lot, and I will post this video. So please share it so anybody else needs to hear this message today. And lots of love. See you soon. Bye.